going? I mean, you got to do one-on-one after. Shabbat everybody. Want to welcome everybody. Want to thank you so much for being here today. He has to get into the video every week. This guy. All right. I want to thank you so much for being here. Hashem. But I should give you all Amen. Today's class is dedicated anonymously. Be'ezrat Hashem le'ilui nishmat Shlomo ben Rosa. May Borei give him an ilui neshama, and it's in his memory. Be'ezrat Hashem, only good things. Be'ezrat Hashem, Amen. We have also a food dedication. Let me get it over here. Today's poppers, so excited. Today's poppers are dedicated. Give me a second. Here we go. In loving memory of David ben Shafia and Mazal bat Miriam. Amen. We want to remind everybody, Rabbi Z classes at AOL.com, where you can send any question you have, any halachic question, any compliment, right? Any comment, any compliment, right? And if a person has any concerns, any compliment, no problem. Rabbi Z classes at AOL.com. We'll try to get back to it at our earliest convenience. We want to thank Rico. We want to thank the Pinta family for really broadcasting our shurim across the globe. It's amazing where people are listening to our class. It's wonderful, right? All over the world, people are listening to me. Hazaton, really, nothing better to do. Listen to Rabbi Zeytouneh, right? But Baruch Hashem, we get around and we have to give them credit where credit is due. So may Baruch bless them with only good things to Rico and the Pinta family. B'ezrat Hashem, Amen. As everybody knows, tonight begins Elul. Okay, this Rosh Chodesh Elul, really tomorrow night is the first day of Elul, but Elul, Rosh Chodesh Elul begins tonight. So if you're tonight, you're doing the right thing. That's a wonderful, wonderful way to start off the month of Teshuvah. Everybody knows, Ani l'dodi v'dodi li. This is the month where we're coming up to Borei Olam. We're igniting that connection between us and Hashem, and Borei Olam is going to come back to us. Ani l'dodi v'dodi li. The amount of effort we put into our Teshuvah is going to be corresponded to, or corresponded by, where's my English experts over here? By the way Borei Olam B'ezrat Hashem is going to return that effort. So the more we put into it, the more Borei Olam B'ezrat Hashem is going to give back. We start Selichot on Thursday. Okay, you don't. Please don't. Thank you. We are going to start Selichot on Thursday. Okay? So you're going to wake up a little bit earlier. All this is part of showing Borei Olam how dedicated, how wonderfully connected we want to be with Borei Olam. Tonight, B'ezrat Hashem, we're going to talk about Elul and the concept of Teshuvah. Now, when we look at Teshuvah, I want everybody to view it as a diet. Okay? Now, it's hard for some of you because you guys are always thin and you don't know what a diet is. But me, Baruch Hashem, everybody knows that I've been talking about this for many months, right? We've been on a diet for some time. So I'm going to give you my expertise on dieting, that's a disaster, and on doing Teshuvah. Okay, so that's the way you got to look at the Teshuvah. Because just like we got to lose those excess pounds, we have all those avirot, all those iniquities, all that tum'ah that we have to take off and shed off of our neshama. So again, when we're going to be looking at the concept of Teshuvah, we're going to try to view it as something that is as important, as pressing as a diet. Okay? Everybody with me so far? Yes? People in deal, you understand me, right? They don't talk differently in deal. Okay, good. Let's get started. Rav Dessler says, it's a wonderful thing. Rav Dessler says, everybody knows that Yaakov Avinu had a dream, right? Yaakov Avinu has a dream, and there's a ladder, and there's malachim going up the ladder, and they're going down the ladder, ascending and descending this ladder, right? And where the Roshom Agia Shamayma, we know that the top of the ladder was hitting the heavens. So listen very carefully what Rav Dessler says, so beautiful. He says, why did Borei Olam show Yaakov Avinu such a dream? Why is it so important? Yaakov Avinu should see, there's a ladder, and the top of the ladder is Magia Shamayma, and Malachim are going up and down, they're ascending and descending, going up, going down. What was the message that Borei Olam was trying to teach Yaakov Avinu? Listen to the great words of Rav Dessler. Rav Dessler says, you know what Borei Olam was trying to teach Yaakov Avinu? That in spirituality, when it comes to spiritual means, to spiritual objectives, a person wants to grow in his Judaism. A person has to view his ascent, his going up, as a ladder. The only way you can go up is the way you go up a ladder. And we talked about it one time, that a person can't jump, it's not an elevator. He can't go up in one shot. When a person wants to go up, it's got to be run by run. It has to be step by step. A person's not allowed to climb so quickly. But listen to this. Rav Dessler says, when a person wants to go up a ladder, or he wants to go up a tree, he wants to go up a stairwell, there are three different types of people that climb. The first one is the buff guy, the athletic guy, the Rabbi Zeytouneh, right? That's what we're talking about. And this guy, he needs no help, he needs no assistance, he has no problem. He just goes up that ladder, he goes up very quickly. By the way, I never did it before. I don't think I ever climbed the ladder. Usually I get Musa to do that. Boris, you usually sit over here. I can pick on you over here. What are you doing over there? I understand. Yeah. That's not a good thing. Be careful. Direct fire is not good. So you have those people that are buff, those people that are strong, they're athletic, so they can go up very easily. Then you have older people. And these older people, right, they want to go up the stairs, they need a cane because they need some sort of support system. They can't go up on their own, they don't have that might, they don't have that power, so they need some sort of accessory, some sort of something to lean on in order for them to make that ascent. And then you have people that can't walk at all. There are some people that can't walk at all, right? So you have babies can't walk whatsoever, and you have other people, you have people that, well, they can't walk anymore. And how those people get up, they scream. What they do is they yell for help. And if they yell for help, and they yell enough times, and they yell loud enough, what happens? Someone comes down and lifts them and brings them up the ladder. Listen to the great words of Rav Dessler. It says, you know what? The same thing by Teshuvah. By Teshuvah, you have those people, those tzaddikim, gemurim, that have no problem going up the ladder. They don't need incentives. They don't need any support systems. They go up, and they go up straight. But you have other people that maybe aren't so proficient, they aren't so knowledgeable, they aren't so strong. And these are people that need incentives to become religious. They need a reason to become religious. So they're going to say, you know what, I'll do Teshuvah. You know why? Because come Tishrei, I want good parnasah. So if I want good parnasah in 2 months, then I got to do Teshuvah now. That parnasah is a cane. It's helping you go up. It's not a problem. You're still going up. It's a wonderful thing. But it's a cane. A person comes and says, you know what? I'm having shalom bayit problems. So maybe if I give more tzedakah, maybe if I go to more classes, maybe if I'm nicer, so then maybe my shalom bayit is going to improve. Now again, it's not a bad thing. The rabbis tell us that we should do mitzvah even shalom lishma. Even if you're not doing it for the right reasons, do it. Because one day, you'll do it for the right reasons. You know what? Because the truth of that. Hello? And someone's calling you. I don't know who that is. Oh, what it is. It wasn't even recording. Look at that. So you have people that are doing the mitzvot and they're not doing it for the purpose of Shem Shamayim. But that's okay. Because one day those people, when they get to the top of the rung, when they reach the top of that rung, that last step, when they reach the level of being a tzaddik, then they'll start doing it, Shem Shamayim. But then you have those people who have no affiliation to religion whatsoever. They have no knowledge of religion whatsoever. They're not exposed to religion. They're not interested in religion. And every once in a while, there's an inspiration that comes into them saying, hey, wait 1 second. What am I doing in my life? I'm living a totally spiritual void. How is it possible that I'm going to live the rest of my life aimlessly? And all of a sudden, they decide that they're just going to scream for help. Borei Olam, you got to help me. Please. I want to become religious. I want to come back to you. Help me, Borei Olam. Those are the people that don't have the support system. They don't have the canes because they don't know that they can do such a thing. They don't have the knowledge. So they scream. And Borei Olam comes and takes them from the bottom of the ladder and he brings them up. No, the Gemara says, Yesh koneh olamo b'sha'ah achat. There are some people who can acquire their olam haba in 1 hour. So Rav Dessler says, you know who those people are? Those people that scream. Because when they scream, if you're going to climb, you got to climb 1 rung at a time. But a person who screams and screams for help, what happens? They come with that elevator, they come with that escalator, with that thing, you know, the window washers. Have you seen the window washers in the city? Right? They go, anybody know what I'm talking about? I always wanted to be a window washer. Then I woke up. I said, crazy? Me? Climb a ladder is a hard thing for me. Imagine go. So those scaffold things, right? So Borei Olam comes in, sets the scaffold, and you grab on, and Borei Olam just lifts up the person. So that for that reason, we don't know where we're holding. We have no idea. Are we the first level? Are we the second level? Are we on that third level? Are we on that bottom rung? We have no idea. So therefore, everybody during Elul, step number 1, has to pray. Borei Olam, you got to help me out here. Borei Olam, you got to hold my hand. Borei Olam, you got to lift me up. That's what the pasuk writes. What does the pasuk say? We say it all the time. Hashivenu Hashem elecha v'nashuva. Borei Olam, please, Hashivenu, you bring us up. You give us that ascent. You hold our hand. Then v'nashuva. Then we're going to be able to do teshuvah. A person has to pray every day. Borei Olam, I need your help. You got to hold my hand. You got to help me up. Give me that boost. And by doing that, then already, that's step number one in the right direction. So again, step number one that we're going to work on in Elul is that we're going to ask Hashem to help us to get closer to Him. Hashivinu Hashem Alecha v'nashuva. Bring us closer, and then we're going to get closer. So again, step number one is we're going to have to pray. In fact, the Rabbi is right that there's a special beracha in the Amidah where you're supposed to have extra kavanah during this month. Anybody know which one? No, not beracha. I got one thing in Parnasah, not that one. Okay, Hashivinu. What did Allah help us do teshuvah? I'm going to focus on that beracha today. But before doing that, I think we have to know what the first step is to teshuvah. What is the first step? Now again, Elul's beginning. We have 30 days till Rosh Hashanah. What am I going to do? What's my first step in returning to God? So again, let's take a look at the diet. When a person's on a diet, he has to be honest with himself. And the first thing he has to know is, what's causing my weight gain? What is it? What's that special food that I eat all the time, and when I eat it, it causes me to gain that weight? Anybody know? So everyone has a specific thing. Everyone knows what his food cake is. Some people it's apple pie. They can't do without it. Right? Some people that need fried food, they need that fried chicken. Without it, they can't survive. And that's what's adding the pain. That's adding the pain, the weight. And if a person just eliminates those things, once you know what's causing the problem, then you can start fixing the problem. But if a person just goes aimlessly, right? You go to some sort of dietitian and tell the person, listen, you got to help me out. But you don't give them a picture, you don't tell them what the problem is, you don't tell them what your day looks like, then they can't help you. So step number two is we got to take a look, what is causing our weight gain spiritually? What's causing all that tum'ah pounds, all those problems, all those averot to add to my spiritual weight? What is it, and how do I eliminate it? Okay, so everybody ready? In fact, Chacham Ben Zion says a wonderful thing. He says that is exactly step number one. When a person does teshuvah, number one is sheyada shepasha. A person has to know that you did wrong. Where am I going wrong? What's my weakness? What's my problem? Why is it that I'm not always following the ways of Borei Olam? Why is it that sometimes I stray, sometimes I speak lashon hara, sometimes I don't pray properly, sometimes I'm not nice to my wife, not nice to my mother-in-law? Well, more than sometimes, right? Mother-in-law, she. Why is it that I don't always want to go to Rabbi Zeytouneh's class? Why is it that sometimes I feel like I could cheat in business? So, step number one, or step number two, is I got to know where I'm going wrong. Now, can I ask you all a question? And I'm going to be very honest. I have a very important question to ask all of you. And that is, who could tell me, who remembers every sin that they committed this year? Anybody? Anybody? People sleeping here? Just don't know. Nobody. Nobody in this room could remember every sin that they committed this year. Can I ask you a question? How many people could raise your hand if you remember half the sins that you did this year? Anybody? Okay, let's go a step further. How many people here remember half the sins that they did this month? Anybody? This week? Hello, this week is yesterday and today. What's the matter with you people? Right? How about today? Can anybody remember half the sins that they did this day? Well, if that's the case, how can I find where I'm deficient? How can I find what the problem is if I don't remember what I did wrong? I have another question. How is it possible that I sinned against the greatest being in the world, that I did something wrong against the master of the universe, and I don't remember it? I don't remember what I did against Hashem. How is that possible? Well, today, B'ezrat Hashem, I hope you're taking notes. Today, on B'ezrat Hashem, I'm going to tell you how it's possible, and I'm going to give you the problem. I'm going to tell you what the problem is, and then we're going to work on fixing the problem. Because the truth of the matter is, whether it's lashon hara that's your weakness, whether it's cheating at business, or lying, or not coming to Rabbi Zeytouneh's class, well then you have big problems, right? It all comes from one problem. And I'm going to tell you what that problem is. Listen to what the rabbis tell us. The rabbis say, you know, what causes a person to forget what he did wrong? Anybody know? It's one word. There's one thing, one attribute, one quality that if a person has it, it's going to cause you to forget. You know what it is? Says the rabbis, gava. Being a big shot. Being haughty. That haughtiness in a person causes a person to forget what he did wrong, even against Borei Olam. It's that sense of entitlement, that I'm entitled to something, that I don't know anybody anything. That shot, that quality of being a big shot, that causes shechicha. By the way, I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to prove it to you tonight. Bezat Hashem. Ready? Here we go. There's a Gemara Masechet Ta'anit. Everybody listening to this Gemara? Wonderful. The Gemara says the following. Listen to this. There was once a rabbi named Rabbi. Who was that? Very good. The rabbi's name was Rabbi Yoshua ben Hananiah. Rabbi Yoshua ben Hananiah wasn't the most pleasant looking rabbi. Okay? Now I'm not going to say anything derogatory. He's a great Tanah. But he wasn't the most pleasantly looking. The daughter of the king once came to the rabbi and said, Rabbi, how can it be that there's such a glorious chokhmah, such a great wisdom, and such an ugly casing? Chokhmah mefoar, bekli mechoar. How can it be such a wonderful wisdom and such a ugly casing? So the rabbi turned and says, listen, can I ask you a question? Your father, the king, has wonderful wine, right? She goes, sure. So he tells her, well, can I ask you a question? What does he keep it in? She says, well, he keeps it in earthenware, clay vessels. So he says, okay, that doesn't make sense. You're a king. You're a princess. Go take all the wine and put it in gold and silver. She says, you know, it's a great idea. She takes all the wine, she puts it in gold and silver. What happens? All spoils. She goes to the father, she says, Dad, I don't know. This is what the rabbi told me. So the rabbi comes, right? He goes to the king, and the king says, hey, what did you do? So the rabbi says, listen, she told me, I told her, okay, so take the wine and put it in gold and silver. I didn't do it. She told me something, I returned it to her. I want you to hear what the Gemara says next. It says, wait a second. What does that mean? So only Chokhmah, Torah is only kept in people that are ugly? You don't have rabbis that are handsome? You don't have rabbis that look great? What does that mean? Chokhmah only goes in ugly people? Well, listen what the Gemara says, beautiful. The Gemara writes, no. Yahu Sanu. If they were ugly, if they weren't so pleasantly looking, they would have learned better. If a person is not so great looking, the Torah will be in them better. So says Rashi, wait, I don't understand why. Why is it that people that don't look so great, that the Chokhmah stays is retained much better? Listen what the Gemara says. Rashi says beautiful. He says, you know why? It's impossible that someone so good looking is able to be humbled. And if he's not humbled, a person who cannot be humbled comes to forget. Meaning that Ga'ava causes a person to forget. You want to know why you don't remember what you did wrong today to Borei Olam? Because you have Ga'ava. Because we all have Ga'ava. If we're doing something that is against Borei Olam, we don't remember it. There's no bigger shot than that. So therefore now, by the way, it doesn't mean you're not a good person. Everyone's a great person. But there's something in us that we got to get rid of. That is the angel or the devil's food cake. That is what we got to get rid of. That is the cake that we got to drop in order for those avirot to shed. In order for that spiritual baggage to get off of us. We got to drop the gava. Because if we drop the gava, we'll start remembering what we did wrong, and then we could really do teshuvah. But not only that. Today I'm going to prove to you something even more profound. And that is that the devil, right, the Yetzer Hara, that is his food cake. The devil's food cake, meaning what the Yetzer Hara gives us to gain all that spiritual weight, is nothing other than gava. And I'm going to prove it to you. Listen to this. The rabbis tell us the following. There's a pasuk in Mishlei. To avat Hashem, kol gevam lev. Anybody who has haughtiness, anyone who thinks of himself shafuni yanas, that's what they say in Yiddish, right? Shafuni yanas. It's Arabic, not Yiddish. What are you saying yes for? Not Yiddish. Arabic. Shufuni anas, look at me. To'afat Hashem. Borei Olam hates it. It's disgusting for Borei Olam. Listen what the Gemara writes. The Gemara writes anybody who has Megiz Da'ato, anybody who has this holiness, and it was a big shot on any level. By the way, I'm going to prove it to you. That every one of us, well, unless you're on that first level, has a little bit of that holiness. But the Gemara writes that anybody who has Gava, Borei Olam says, En ani vehu yichlim ladur be'olam. I and he cannot live in the same world if he has that holiness, if he has that pride. Me and him cannot live together. What does that mean? What's going on over here? What is that? What are you talking about? Not only that, the pasuk says, the Gemara writes, that anyone who has gava is dohek raglei shechina. It's as if you're pushing away Borei Olam. What's going on over here? So we know, and we talked about it many times in this class, the concept of Shekhinah. What is Shekhinah? Anybody know? Shekhinah is your ability to feel God. That's what Shekhinah is. Shekhinah is not independent of God. It's not the wife of God. Borei Olam doesn't have a family like that. Okay? Shekhinah means I can feel Borei Olam. The stronger the Shekhinah, the more I feel Borei Olam. A person who has Gava, Borei Olam says, this guy will never be able to feel me. It's impossible. Me and him cannot live in the same world, on the same continent. Meaning, if a person has Gava, he can't feel Borei Olam. So what does the Yetzirah do? Yetzirah comes and gives a person Gava. Why? Because then you feel distant from God. The devil's food cake. That's what the Yetzirah feeds you, so you can put on all those avirot. I'll give you another words from the rabbis. In fact, Rav Dessler says, what does it mean? Raglei Shekhinah, the feet of the Shekhinah. Hashem doesn't have feet. It means even a tidbit, even a little bit of feeling Borei Olam is not possible if you have pride, if you show off, if you're a big shot. If you're a big shot, you have no shot. There's no way you can feel Borei Olam if we have that holiness. In fact, there is a ma'amar from Rav Dessler where he writes that one of the most hazardous things to doing teshuvah is a person who has gava. Why? Because when a person has that holiness, when you have that sense of being somebody with a high spirit, that takes over all your maasim. Everything that you do gets affected by that gava. It's wonderful. I mean, it's scary. But I think we've pinpointed what the problem is. And I'm going to prove it to you even more. That's what it means, by the way, in Parashat Kitavo. What does it say? V'shavta ad Hashem Elokecha. You do teshuvah until God. What does it mean until doing teshuvah until God? What's that talking about? So the rabbis write what it means is that while you're in a state of iniquity, while you're in that tumah, it's very hard to feel Borei Olam. But as you do teshuvah, you should do teshuvah until you feel Hashem. How do you do that? Very simple. Borei Olam says, if you have gava, me and you cannot live in the same world. So the rabbis are saying, drop the gava. And instantaneously, when you have anava, humility, right away, you start feeling Borei Olam. V'shavta ad Hashem Elokecha means do teshuvah until you can feel Hashem. Until Hashem is within your proximity. Until you're able to get close to Borei Olam. If I didn't convince you yet, the Zohar HaKadosh says something unbelievable. The Zohar HaKadosh says like this. Ready? If a person has a Yetzer Hara, you know where in the person the Yetzer Hara rests? Where does he camp out? Where does he hang out? You know where? If a person has happiness because he's drunk, right? Boris, how you doing? I'm not saying you're drunk, right? Okay, good. If a person is horny, the Yetzer Hara is resting in you. Can I see a question? How many people here are drunk tonight? Nobody. How many people here can honestly tell me they don't have a Yetzer Hara? If you don't have a Yetzer Hara, please raise your hand. Anybody? So the Yetzer Hara only rests in one of two places. A person who is drunk or a person who has holiness, and we all have a Yetzer Hara, and we're not drunk, it means that everybody in this room has at least a little bit of that holiness. Because that's what the Zohar says. It's only one of those two places. Either drunkenness or holiness. So if we all have Yetzer Hara, that means all of us have that little sense of holiness, of being a big shot. By the way, I'm going to prove it to you even more. Because the truth of the matter is, when we have that holiness, when we have that sense of being a big shot, of showing off, of our kavod, retaining our kavod, it prevents us many times of doing things that we should be doing. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Who's into what the Rambam says? The Rambam, when discussing the happiest day of the year, anybody know what that is? What was the happiest celebration? The happiest celebration of the entire year. Anybody know? Something called Simchat Bet HaShoevah. Simchat Bet HaShoevah was a wonderful, wonderful festive party. They used to make it the Bet HaMikdash, and they used to come and pour water as a segula. A lot of water should fall b'sheva, and people used to come. The rabbis used to come. They used to juggle flames and knives and things. It was big as simcha. Listen to what the Rambam writes. V'chol ha'magis da'ato Hilchot Lulav, the 8th parak. Anybody who is haughty, he fattens up his mind. V'cholek kavod atzmo, and he gives the honor to himself. U'mitchabed be'enav b'mkomot elu, and these places when you can participate in this happiness, become part of it. But the guy says, listen, hey, this is beneath me. I'm not getting involved in this. What does the Rambam call him? Hodeh v'shoteh. Such a person is someone who's a sinner and he's insane. If you don't get involved in that dancing, and you say, hey, it's not for me, I'm not a rabbi, I'm not religious like that, I'm going to stand on the side and watch. What are you? You're megis da'ato. You have that holiness. That's what's preventing you from getting involved. That's what's preventing you from not dancing with those rabbis and clapping hands and being happy. It's gava, it's nothing else. I'll give you another example. Many times everybody knows that Chayei Sarah, this shul, is packed Monday night, Chayei Sarah, because we talk about Shidduchim. And when we talk about Shidduchim, this place is packed. Everybody remember? You know what I'm talking about? The place is packed. And you know what? You have a lot of girls that come, and you have a lot of shadchanim that come. The problem is that no boys come. Very few boys come to this list. You have a couple of men that come every week, the married ones. What happens to the men of these things? Oh, you have speed dating, right? So they go, there's a lot of shadchanim are coming, and you go to different events, and you have 80 women and 5 men. If it was me, I would say, you crazy, there's no competition, I'm going. Right? The second you put another man with me, I'm out. There's competition. There's no men, there's no guys going. Of course I'm going to go. Why is it that no boys show up at these things? Why is it nobody comes? Oh, what are people going to say if I go? Right? You can say I'm a nerd. Right? You should know, I've been called a nerd my entire life. That doesn't hurt someone. Okay? Gava. You're worried what someone's going to come and say about you, and because of that, you don't want to go to these single events? That's preventing you from getting married? Gava. It's that horniness. It's that being a big shot. It's giving kavod to yourself. Look what gava is doing to a person. Look at the good that it prevents. Look how terrible it is. That's what we got to drop in order for us to advance in life. You want to go up that ladder? The first piece of weight you got to drop is that gava. I'll give you another example. People are sitting down, Shalishi, and everybody comes to take out those pieces of money books. And people are singing. What do you do? Not for me. Why not? What's the difference if you sing a song to Borei Olam? Oh, they're going to look at me like I'm a rabbi. Right? What am I singing for? You worried about what people are going to say? You worried about your kavod? No, I'm embarrassed. Embarrassed of what? What are you embarrassed of? Are you embarrassed of what people are going to say about you? That means that you have a problem with your honor. And if you are worried about your honor, that means you have that gava. Now again, I'm not saying everybody, well, I can't say everybody, but a lot of people have it. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. You could be a wonderful person. You know, usually you come over here and I make you laugh, and la-di-da, and all these wonderful things. Okay? But it's Elul, I gotta bash you a little bit. Even you, Boris. I'm not scared of you. You're a big guy, I'm not kidding. Gava! That's what we got to shed. That's the problem. I'll give you one more example. And this is what you're talking about. This past Shabbat was in New Jersey. They asked me to come and speak in New Jersey. So sure enough, I went and I spoke in the morning. It was a very nice class, right? Comes the afternoon, and they had a drive. They were raising money for Hatzalah of the Jersey Shore. Okay, so somebody gets up. Were you there? Okay, were you there in the shul when I did my? Okay, so all of a sudden, there's a guy gets up there and he starts talking about how important Hatzalah is. Everybody knows how important it is, and what a worthy cause it is, and everybody should support it. And then he comes in and says, you know what? Because when a person, chas v'shalom, if he collapses, the guy has 4 to 6 minutes that guy needs to get started, care has to be taken. 4 to 6 minutes. So all of a sudden, a guy comes and says, but, you know, if a person wants to extend that time, there's something you can do. And I'm going to show you what to do now. So the guy comes and says, can I have a volunteer? Now, could you imagine what he's asking for? The guy is asking now to show you how you can prolong somebody's life. Can you prolong somebody's life? Can I please have a volunteer? Nobody raised their hand. Nobody wanted to volunteer, to be that victim, to show everybody else what to do to make someone else's life longer. Until, let's say, 5 seconds, somebody raised his hand. Guess who? Anybody? Yeah. What are you crazy? You think I'm going to do? No, it was me. Yeah. It was me. I raised my hand and said, listen, of course, why not? So sure enough, I go and I'm laying down, right? And the guy's talking and talking and talking. I said, buddy, 4 to 6 minutes, what are you talking so much for? Right? To save somebody's life. Nobody would get up and go. Why not? Oh, I'm embarrassed. What are you embarrassed of? What's the embarrassment? You worried what someone's going to say to you? Here I am, Rabbi Zeytouneh. I raised my hand, I went. So people left. They thought it was funny, okay? Gava. How much does Gava prevent us from doing good? How many times does Gava prevent us from going to classes, or putting on that skirt, or covering our hair, or saying, hey, that's Lashon Hara, you can't say that to me. What prevents us from doing those things? It's Gava. It's that being a big shot. It's that haughtiness in us. And that's the thing that we got to get rid of. And that's what we're talking about tonight. Getting rid of that first problem, that devil's food cake. Because that's what the Yetzer Hara is feeding us, to give us. Those avonot, those averot, those iniquities, those transgressions. It all comes from Gava. Because if we didn't have that Gava, the Yetzer Hara would have nowhere to sleep, nowhere to stay, nowhere to hang out. So that's the first thing we got to take care of. And we got to start taking care of it today. So what do we do? What do we do? How do I get rid of it? I have the problem. I know what the cake is. I know what my weakness is. That's step 1 of the diet. Step 2 of the diet is, what do I do? How do I stop it? How do I cut it out of my daily servings? How do I make sure I never eat that cake? I don't want devil's food cake. I want angel's food cake. What is the angel's food cake? What's going to help me become a better person? And the answer is very simple, and everybody knows the answer. And that is Torah. Torah is the angel's food cake. You want to know how to stop being a big shot? You want to know how to stop being someone who's haughty? You got to learn Torah, and I'm going to prove it to you. Listen to this. What is the steps that the rabbi tells us we got to take when we do teshuvah? Ready? We say it every day. Hashivenu avinu leToratecha. The first thing we got to do before we do teshuvah, but Elam bring us back to Torah. That's number 1. Why? Because when a person learns Torah, then you drop that Gava. The more Torah you learn, the more Gava drops. After I start learning Torah, then I can get closer to Avodah. And only then, bring us back in tshuva. But it's only after you're learning. Only after you learn Torah and you drop those Gava pounds. Only at that point you go ahead and you can do teshuvah. And I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. So far we proved that Gava is a problem. Now we're going to prove to you that Torah will get rid of it. That's the lap band. You know the lap band? Right? That's the Weight Watchers item. That makes sure that you drop those pounds. I didn't do lap band, by the way. There's a limit to my Majnun case on the losing weight. Some people it works. I find it. How about juicing? Have you heard of juicing? People juicing? How do you drink steak? I don't understand how that works. Right? Is that what they do? They turn steak into juice and they drink it? No, they don't do that. If there's no steak on the diet, I'm definitely not on it. Listen to what it says in the 6th Perek, Pirkei Avot. Wonderful. Kol ha'osek b'Torah lishma. Someone who learns Torah for the sake of learning. Zochil dvarim habeh. He merits a lot of good things. Now I'm going to skip a couple of things. Ready? Here we go. Umalbashato anava. It makes him a humble person. It takes away the gava. And only after that, ve'yirah. After the gava goes away, then it gives you yirah, awe of Hashem, realization that Borei Olam's around. Then, once the gava is away, and you have a tremendous awareness of Borei Olam, only at that point, that makes you ready to become a tzaddik. It comes from Torah. When I learn my Torah, I don't have an appetite for gava anymore. When I engross myself, when I have a fire for Torah, I no longer have an appetite for holiness. It doesn't appeal to me anymore. I'm not interested in it anymore. I don't want to have anything to do with it. And it keeps me away from sin. Because of that, and the Mishnah is saying it in order. First, I have to learn Torah. Then I'm going to have that anava. Then I'm going to be ready to be a tzaddik. Then I can stay away from sin. Because if there's no gava, there's no yitzhara. He has nowhere to stay unless you get drunk. Okay? You want to go to drink? Okay. We need Torah. That is the next step. After we decide what the problem is, now we can become people who are working towards a solution. In fact, by the way, I'm going to prove it to you again. I'm going to prove to you. There's a Gemara Masechet Ta'anit, the same Gemara that we just talked about before, with Rabbi Yoshua ben Hananiah. We'll listen to what the Gemara says. Daf Zayin Amud Aleph. Ready? We'll listen to this. The Gemara says, why is Torah compared to water? Everybody knows Torah is compared to water? Torah is compared to water. Why is Torah compared to water? Listen what the Gemara says, because we have to understand this. Ready? Here we go. Says the Gemara, you know why? Water, if you put it into a high place, it always goes to the lowest point. So also Divrei Torah, they only are successful in someone who is an anav. Divrei Torah is only going to be successful in someone who's an anav. But by the way, the comparison doesn't make sense. Water, you started at a high place and it went to the lowest place. Torah just says Torah is just successful in low people. How is one thing compared to the other? The answer is very simple. The Gemara is telling you, let's say you have horniness. You know what you should do? Learn Torah. Let the water start in a high place. You know what's going to happen? The water is going to go down as you go down. And it's going to continue to go down right as you become more humble. And then when you become an anav, then the Torah is going to be successful. Then you're going to start remembering it. Then you're going to retain it. Then it's going to change you. Torah begins in a high place and ends with you being an anav, with you being that humble person, with that humility. And then you can prepare yourself for reaching the top of that ladder. If a person is very inundated with tremendous weight, right? You're a speech therapist, inundated is a word, right? By the way, you don't know, this is your first time here. We have a Zeytouneh dictionary. We're going to call it a dictionary. That's what it's going to be. But a person has to realize you can't climb if you have weight on you. The Torah helps you shed that weight. Make you a better person. And that's what we got to start doing. Says the Nefesh HaChaim. Says a wonderful thing. He says, you know what? Not only is Torah compared to water, it's also compared to light. Fire. Okay, light too. We'll give you that one. That's good. You want to give you can come give the class if you want. No, I'm just joking. It's okay, don't worry. I'm just joking. Right? Light. Fire. Why? You know why? Because if you take a look, there's two ways to make a keli kosher. Two ways. What do? Number one, you put it in the mikveh. And number two, something called libun. What is libun? You burn. You put it into a fire. So it says in Nefesh HaChaim or Chaim Volozhin. Same thing with Divrei Torah. Put yourself in the Torah, see what happens. Right? If it's fire you need, it's that fire of the Torah that you keep talking about. That fire of the Torah is going to make you a better person. It's going to make you a kosher person. And that water is going to clean off all that excess. Tumah. It's Torah that's going to make us what we got to be in 1 month. When we stand in front of Borei Olam, when we tell Borei Olam, listen, Borei Olam, please, look at me. I'm calling out to you. Hashivenu Hashem Alecha V'Nashuva. We got to make sure that when Borei Olam picks us up and brings us to the top of the ladder, that we don't have that excess weight on us. By the way, who was the greatest Torah teacher of all time? Anybody know? No, not Rabbi Zeytouneh. Thank you very much. Right? Anybody know? So Rabbi Akiva is one. Anybody else? Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu. 600,000 students. 3 million people. Moshe Rabbeinu taught Torah to. He was immersed in Torah his entire life. Who was the biggest Anav of all time? Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu. Isn't that amazing? Moshe Rabbeinu, the greatest Navi that ever lived. He's the greatest prophet that ever lived. He's the greatest rabbi that ever lived. Don't you think you should have a little holiness? You should hold a little esteem to yourself? Something. But because Moshe Rabbeinu was in the diet plane, because Moshe Rabbeinu was taking part of that diet, that Torah, there was no place for Gava in Moshe Rabbeinu. The more you're into the Torah, the more you're into Anava. So you're going to ask me a question. Rabbi Zeytouneh, what are you talking about? My neighbor learns all day long. He learns all day long. He says, ay, 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 right? He has tzitzit out. The guy's the biggest big shot that I ever saw. The biggest big shot. How do you answer him? So Rav Dessler answers him. Rav Dessler says, you know what happens? This guy, his learning didn't penetrate. He didn't let the learning go into the heart. He's learning with his lips, not with his brain, and not with his heart. Such a person is called an external Jew. He's on the outside. He's not on the inside. We got to let the Torah hit the heart. We got to make sure that we bathe in the. By the way, bathe in the Torah, but please take showers also. There's not a, okay. Don't stop that. Just do both. Real water helps also. Right, Dr. Ike? Hygiene, no, very important. Isn't that very important?
One of the causes of decline in death.
There you go. You're saying there's less people taking showers nowadays?
No, there's more people taking showers and less disease, right?
Oh, so you're saying that's why people... Yeah. Oh, decline in death.
Yeah.
I got you. I like that theory. Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, now you come and get Torah and science. I love this. This is great. Torah is anava. If a person learns the right way, then it's going to make an effect. By the way, why does it work? How does that work? How is it that a person who comes and he learns Torah and he learns it the right way and he lets it penetrate the heart, how is it that this guy becomes an anav? What is it, magic, hocus pocus? What's going on over here? Everybody know Neil Armstrong? No? Wait, I have a very hard time on this. Was Neil Armstrong the singer? Right? See. No, not that guy? That's Louis Armstrong, right? What is it? Louis. Louis Diamond? What the? This is going into a totally different direction. The first man on the moon was Neil Armstrong. Neil Armstrong and the many, many astronauts after him. If you were to ask them, give me one word, is he still alive? Okay, so we're not going to ask him, thank you very much. If you were to ask him, what's the one word that you could describe your experience by? You know what they always say? Humbling. Because when a person's out there in the huge universe, when you take a look at the entire solar system, and you see how small you are, compared to the entire creation, it's humbling. You realize how small you are, how insignificant you are. When a person learns Torah, when you really learn, and you let it hit the heart, you realize how small you are compared to the master of the universe who wrote the Torah. You know, I got to tell you, that many times I take a look at certain scientific facts. I read some medical journals. And I like that, Dr. I bet you didn't know that. It's a total lie. I never read any of them, by the way. Just letting you know. I just wanted to impress you. So I said, oh, you don't. Okay, now. All right. But a person who reads any book, and you see how much the person knows, it's humbling. To see how much more someone knows than you do. It's a humbling effect. When you take a look at the Torah, and you don't just read Bereshit, Bara Elokim, Vayomer Hashem Moshe Lemor, but you learn. You learn the beauty of the Torah. You learn the inner side of the Torah. It's a humbling effect. You take a look at it, I can't believe how wise Borei Olam is. How amazing Borei Olam is. How beautiful Borei Olam is. There's no way that Gava is going to be retained in you. Realizing how unbelievable the Master of the universe really is. And that's the way it works. And that's why if I'm going out and I'm going to learn, it's not enough just to go to one class a week. Because in one class a week it's good, and you get a lot of jokes, you get entertained, and you learn one thing or two. But that's not going to shed off the weight. If I go on a diet 1 day a week, in a year, I'll be a blimp. Why? Because dieting once a week doesn't work. I got to go at least more than that. Because the more I'm going to be inundated, the more I'm going to be saturated with Torah, the less I'm going to be saturated with fat. Okay? By the way, they say trans fats are illegal, right? Man, are you the doctor or am I the doctor? What's going on over here? Oh. Yeah, his soda's already illegal with this guy. But a person has to realize that the more I'm going to go on the diet, the more successful I'm going to be. We got to start tonight. Tonight is Elul. The rabbis write, the Zohar writes how important it is to learn at nighttime. What an unbelievable effect it has. The person to go and learn at night. So you came tonight, that's wonderful. When you go home, open a book, learn 2 halachot. Open a book, read one story. One story from the Maggid book. Take a look at the beauty of Borei Olam. And slowly but surely, you'll find yourself spiritually heightened. Rising on that ladder, rung by rung. Calling out to Borei Olam to hold your hand and give us a good year. And Be'ezat Hashem, Borei Olam, give us a year full of good things. And Be'ezat Hashem, we should stop being such a big shot. Because a big shot has no shot. No shot of feeling Borei Olam. Let's start tonight. And slowly but surely, we will see that our lives, our year, and our days will be spiritually fulfilled. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen.